Well, let me tell everybody that you want to be on the film like Scar and Telestrate. You get Quick Cut video and analytics, your place to store, share, and analyze game film, and you can be like Scar again and able to do that. So with that, here we are right off the bat in this game with MSU driving down the field.
Danny, they're a good offense. They have a plan. They have a system. They're outside zone. Not many. Iowa runs outside zone good. So you're gonna play Michigan State. That's what they stand for. So you got to stop the outside zone. This quarterback is good, and we got to deal with him for probably 2 more years. He's good. He's improved. So we started out in our base front. We gave him a lot of different looks. I think our linebacker has to make this play, but they're a good offense, man. This is I think they're in man here, and this is one of the. He's got to get there quick. That's one of the. You want to run zone. You want to run a screen against a zone. It's easier, but if the linebacker doesn't make this get on, he's got to get on him right now. But if he doesn't get on there, then you're in trouble when they run a screen against man. You follow me there, Denny?
Yeah, I sure do.
So anyway, this was a big conversion for them. They execute. And people, again, running screen weak. This Carter kid is good, Denny. I remember watching him when he was at Connecticut. I'm like, what the hell? He's damn good. Why is he over at Connecticut? Why don't we get that kid? I don't like the way we're not. Again, we're rotating guys. I think this is Big Ike in here. A 1 technique plays inside the guard, Denny. A 3 technique plays outside the guard. So either you're an A gap player or a B gap player. And then I can't figure out what the hell this guy here is doing. This guy right here. So we're going to run this play, and we're not gap sound. See, so it's either he's a 1 and this other either he's a 1 and this player here is supposed to be responsible for inside the tight end, but it's not happening. So we're not gap sound there. That's too damn easy. But this kid is getting better. I think that was Brandt. He's getting better. He's getting better.
Yeah, he made some plays.
Yeah, here's another time we're not real gap sound. Here's 3rd and 2. We got guys kind of, I don't know if we're freelancing or what, but Danny, normally when you run a defense, okay, everything is coordinated. If you're going to slant left and he's here, the gaps are sound, and we're not gap sound here. We're running something, and this guy's going out here. Kenny's going opposite A, it looks like, and then this guy's coming to the right. So there's no one in this gap. That's on coaching or a player made a mistake, but they're not gap sound. It's too easy. You see that?
Yeah, that is too easy.
That's too easy. That's scheme, or it's players freelancing. Freelance is when Coach Mo would rip you if you ever even thought about freelancing. That means you're just going to do what the hell you want to do. He always talked about make plays within the framework of the defense. Do it within what you're being asked to do. So that is an unsound defense right there. Now, we're not reading the block here. So we get it 1st and goal. He's got to read this block. Our edge players, you got to read the block. Why is he blocking you? I don't care if all these dudes are going the other way. Quarterback's going the other way. Linemen are pulling the other way. All this stuff going here. But why is he blocking you, man? Get up here and get outside of this thing. And he lets him pin him in. I mean, we do a decent job. 12 was okay. He come up and tackle a few times. This is a good tackle to just get him on the ground here by yourself in space. You got to make him go back to the defense. So this is a good left shoulder tackle. He picks up a little bit, but it gives us a chance. Denny, this was Michigan football from like 88 to 2007. This was like outside zone and boot pass. Outside zone, boot pass. You did it with John Navarre and Chad Henning, and 28 does a hell of a job here. young Q. But this was our offense. You remember seeing Brady and these guys? That's what we ran, right? Zone one way, and then quarterback boot out the other way. This guy gets up in the quarterback's face, makes him throw it. But Q does a great job here. Look how he gets underneath this thing, positions his body. That's a huge play. We get him stopped. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out. That was a Michigan foundational offensive scheme, either zone or quarterback boot. He makes the same play later in the game on that fourth down, Denny. You know that? Same play, same exact play. They ran the same play, and the same player disrupted it.
Michigan State fans were crying about a hold there. Did you see a hold there?
Hold this, Denny. Hold this.
All right. There you go.
Here's my answer to that. Hold these.
Good answer.
Okay. What do we got? 2nd and 9, and we're jacked up again. Yeah, there were some mental mistakes in here. We're running a stunt. I don't like seeing this, Denny. Again, this is a stunt, and these little things matter, man. Watch. Damn it, I'm going to slow this down. Watch our two inside guys. They're getting clogged up over here. See how they're running into each other? That's not good. We can't give this kid all kinds of time. You're bringing 5 guys. The kid made no mistakes against us, man. That quarterback, he put that ball out there and Josiah took it from him. The same damn thing that Washington did to us and Illinois did to us. We let the guy take it. So I don't like Mason Graham out here on the edge. Coach Wink wants to put him out there. I don't see the point of it.
Why is he doing it?
I don't know. He wants to give him a chance to rush out on the edge, but he should make this play. He doesn't take a good angle. See, Denny, when you move guys around in a lot of positions, there's some strength to certain things, but this is like they don't perfect it every day in practice like the guy that plays the damn position every day. I understand this he should come flat. He's getting upfield. He wouldn't make this play if he comes flatter. I don't know why the hell he's getting depth. He needs to see his angle's bad. Football is about angles, Denny. It's about physics, geometry. It's all about all that stuff. And then we're not good here either. We're screwed up here at the top. Denny, this is not sound. This is, okay, look here at the top. Okay, we're bringing him, right? So that tells this guy he's got to go inside here. Otherwise, if he goes outside, one guy can block 2. And what ends up happening? You got 2 guys out here. Big Moore is outside. See how he should have been inside there? So, the coach has the right scheme, but we're not executing it. Because this play should have been drilled right in the face with Moore coming right through here. Because he should know he's got someone else on outside contained. And it's poor execution. Wink has the right scheme. He didn't coach it up right, or the players are screwed up. This kid's good, man. I think he was the best back on the field without question. This kid Carter right here.
Yeah, he ran hard.
He's good. He's hard to bring down. He makes guys miss. See, this is Denny, this is interesting here. You always got to know as a defensive football player, you always got to know where your help is. I don't care what position you're playing, especially on the edge. You've got to know, am I a contained guy? Do I have to make it bounce? Just like that play earlier with Moore. Do I have help? Do I not have help? Every play you have to know, how much help do I have? Okay, so here we go. So he has to know right now, there's a lot of things going through his head. He's looking at the mesh point. He knows this quarterback can run. Okay, you know that from scouting all week. You know that this kid is fast. And you know how fast you are. So you got to know, do I have help? If I got no help, then I'm outside, right shoulder, making it come back inside. If I got help, that changes everything. So right now, he's got 2 dudes right here. So I got help. So he should be inside shoulder, relationship to the quarterback. You follow me? Not outside. So he doesn't get this move. So he gets juked. And we got 3 guys outside the defense. Instead of,
no, I thought you wanted to turn them inside.
It depends on how much help you have. That's why I'm saying you got to always know how much help you have based on what's the coverage. And these 2 guys he should know that they're going to be available in this coverage. You follow me? He should know that he has help. So he shouldn't be stepping so wide to allow this to happen. That's the point I'm trying to make. And now they rip us in there. You follow me? So my point is, know where your help is. Good job by Page just to get him on the ground. I mean, just to get him on the ground and give us a chance. This is a vanilla basic. This is fundamental. Michigan runs this. Double tight with a wing I-backs. We run this. Why are we screwed up? We're kind of screwed up here. We're looking like we're not lined up right, and then they're snapping the football. But there's no excuse for that. We got guys making a new line of scrimmage. This was a good job here. We're pretty sound on that play. But on the 4th down play, I question some things that we're doing. All right, so we've got an A-gap player, Denny. We got an A-gap, and we got no one in the B. Either this guy here, are you a B-gap player or are you a C-gap player? But we have no one between the guard and the tackle, and that's where they're able to run the football. I don't know how they're coaching this guy. They're just asking him to try to 2-gap and take this tackle and stuff him into the backfield. That might be how they're coaching it. I don't want to yell at the kid, but there's a gap here, and it's not covered. It's not defended, and they're able to get these 2 guys into that B gap. And there's a little seam in there. So, I don't know if that's on the defensive. The 95 was Pearson there. Again, I talked about it. This is the best back we on the field. He's one of the best backs we've seen all year. The kid from Washington was a great back. And we've gone against some good backs. Tough, physical, make you miss. So that's 2 long drives, man. But Denny, this was the biggest play of the day, I think, for our quarterback. This play right here. It's 3rd and 5. We've done nothing. We haven't moved the ball at all. Okay? And this was a huge play. End of the half. He gets outside the defense. People are going to yell, don't throw across your body, right? And he got picked like in game 2 or 3, one of them games. But this is a huge play. He finds an open guy. He finds Morgan. Everything changes, I think, for our offense then. I think that was his biggest. I think that was Michigan's biggest play of the game right there. I think it was because it got him going. It gave us some confidence. It kept this drive going. If we don't complete that, we're punting the ball. We got nothing. So here you go. You got Link. You got Link in the game. You got Hinton in the game. And new tackles, man. We talked about that. Multiple threats. We need this 81 to be a threat. O'Leary. We need some of these guys that they have to honor you. So this stuff is good. It's a little hitch route here, little 6-yard out, whatever. Make a guy miss. Make people honor you. Because you got to look at some of these coverages that they were in earlier in the game. They're not even honoring him. They got one guy out there with no help. So when he does that, they see it on film, people might start respecting it. All right, what do I got here? I got conflict. Oh, we ran this play. Dang, this is the touchdown. This is the Donovan Edwards pass play. We ran this play about 4 times. We ran it with Donovan. We ran it with, where we're just blocking down, kicking out. Look at Hinton. He takes 2. This was a great job. I don't think this was by accident. This kid's an athlete, man. Watch our big tackle. He gets 2 of these guys here. Boom. And then he rolls into the other guy. I think that was on purpose. He knew what he was doing. That's a good job. But this is the same scheme that Donovan threw the ball on. Okay. Blocked down, pulled the tackle. That's how we scored the touchdown.
Big hit and took out 2 guys on that play.
Yeah, he did. So anyway, listen, we made some mistakes on defense. Michigan State made, I respect their defensive coach, but they made mistakes too. So here they're screwed up. They don't get their communication right. The motion screwed them up. One guy go. That's why you never know what you're going to get with formations and motion, Denny. You never know what a team is going to how they might make a mistake when you shift a formation they haven't seen, a motion they haven't seen. I mean, this is a simple guy in motion. They should just kick this thing over. And then these 2 guys should change responsibility. One guy has the tight end, one guy has the back out. Okay, or this guy coming out. But they screw it up. They both they're jacked up. So that's simple motion screwed them up.
I'll agree with you on that 3rd down play, and that was in the midst. Michigan, they threw 4 passes on that drive in a row, and they completed them, and some of them, went for more than 1 yard. I mean, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, Denny, I sometimes you get your quarterback going. I firmly believe that play was the most important play in the football game because we had nothing going, 0 points.
I'll buy it. All right,
good. It kept the drive alive. I never wanted. I know a lot of guys, coaches will put the punters and kickers. That's what they do all day in practice, right? The long snapper, the punter, the kicker. So a lot of times you'll have your punter or one of those guys holding because they're together all day after the rest of the team is practicing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like to have a quarterback there because you always have the threat of a fake. I don't know if he can throw the football, but this is the second one he's dropped now in a couple weeks, right? Perfect snap. I mean, that's terrible.
Was that a perfect snap?
Yeah, Danny, listen, man. It's like playing shortstop. It ain't going to be where you don't have to move your hand every time. You got to be an athlete. Catch the game. That ball's right there, man.
All right,
it's not going to hit you in the forehead every time. I mean, you got to move a little bit, be an athlete. So I don't know. I just like quarterbacks. I'm just telling you what I like. This is a huge play now. End of the half. And this kid made no mistakes for Michigan State. Josiah keeps coming. Strip it out. We work on that in practice all the time. And this is the tough one for the quarterback to see because he's coming directly behind him. He doesn't even know he's there. You don't feel him.
No.
And we work on this, man. You want to strip that thumb down, rip his thumb down. Take that ball and rip it right out. And that's how you coach that. And then the big fella, yeah, we learned his lesson against USC. Don't be high stepping, man. Just jump on it like a loaf of bread, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Get on the ground and just let everybody give you a high five. There you go, big fella. Maybe dance a little bit, something.
You can see a smile.
We're fired up now.
Yeah.
We got this kid in the portal, Denny. We got him in the portal. We found him, man. We got to go find another great edge player. I like Joe. I like TJ Guy. Look how we coach this up. And Grant's getting better, but we got to go find another guy like him next year, man. Denny, I honestly think we got to find the best defensive tackle available, the best edge player available, a great linebacker. That's what I believe. One of each position, the best available.
Quarterback, wide receiver.
That's right. We need a game changer on a receiver. We need I'm keeping it real, man.
Yeah, I want you to.
I would bring in if I'm running that team. I would bring in about 17 high school kids and about 13 to 15 stud transfers.
Well, I think that's where they're at right now, 17. So
yeah. Okay, then you got 105 scholarships. 105 scholarships is coming. So here we go. End of the half. They screw up here. We get them. We run a good route. We get the linebacker. I don't know why this kid is somehow they're screwed up here, but we pick up great yardage here to make this kick. So that's great, man. This kid, we went out and got a great kicker. That's for damn sure. They did. Our coaches did the right thing there. That kid can play, man.
Yes, he can. Good point.
And I love this, Denny. This is you ain't never going to talk me out of this. I'm like right there with Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, he thinks like I do, man. What he did with T-Ball when he had the other guy. Now you run inside runs, and this is how you run it, man. You come empty, and he bounces it outside. They're screwed up here. They got 3 guys inside the defense. This is a mistake by them. And we block it, and Orgy sees it, and now we get outside the defense. So I want this in. I want this. I want inside run. This was supposed to go inside. This play is supposed to go. We're blocking down here. It's supposed to go right here. Okay, but he ends up logging him or reaching that end player in. And Alex reads it, but I love it. They got to defend it. They got to deal with it. And his strengths are inside, but if they really hammer it, he's got enough speed to get outside. So that's game changer, man. Was he our leading rusher?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's how it goes in coaching, man. The Michigan State coach did a great job stopping our run game, but there's one thing he didn't get a handle on that. Okay, what's the score? 7-9, 1st and 10, third quarter. This is a laser. They're not even this fake really didn't fool them much. Even though we're running flea flicker, it didn't really fool their defense. I'm looking at their coverage, man. It's like this guy knew certain coverages. He's in pass coverage at certain times when we're throwing it. I'm like, how the hell they figured some of this stuff out? But anyway,
that was just throw. That was a laser.
Yeah, this is a laser beam, man. This is a great throw, and we didn't really fool him. It's just a small window, and he throws a freaking dime right in there.
Yeah, he did.
We got a quarterback. This kid should be confident. This will be his 5th start. He's at home. He's capable of having a great game, man. A throw like that.
Yeah, I love that one.
Okay, inside run, baby. Scar been saying it all year. And number 20 is in the game. We can't do this with 7. That bothers me. But we can run it with 20. You got 71 in the game. You got Bredesen out here. We're going to have 20 block. Watch the block he makes. So we pull our tackle, kick out, and then Mulling is in there, former linebacker. He's taking on another linebacker. And now we're just running a 235-pound stud in there. No chance, man. This is well executed. Link, nice job. Nice job, Bredesen. All 3 guys are blocking, and you got a stud in there running the football. So I don't want to hear about putting that Orgy package to bed. Forget that. Let's run it. Let's execute it. And he can still throw the ball. They got to honor it, man, Denny. They got to honor it. It's not like he's a kid that can't throw a football. But just enough. Okay, what's this now? This is third quarter, 7:20 left. Danny, this game is a game of, I talk about angles and physics and anticipation. We got 7 up, down in distance. It's 3rd and 3. Wink's got the right defense. But look who you got to get off the ball. This is a game of inches. If he takes a better angle and he gets off the ball faster, Barham down here, he'll make this play. But he's got to get off the ball just soon, a little quicker. Look at the other guys. Look who's first off the ball. I'm gonna go slow motion. See how the other guys already got a half step?
Yeah.
And he's back here. His helmet's here, their helmet's there. You think that would have been a difference in making this play? He's slow off the ball. I mean, he takes a good angle. He's got to be upfield in case but you don't want to hit him in the head. But
I think Guy
was talking about anticipation, and you got to get off the football. It's a game of inches, man, and anticipation. See, you can see it easier there, how he's slow off the ball. And he should be up closer to the line of scrimmage. So, this is tough. You're by yourself out there in coverage. Yeah, I'm not blaming him. That's tough. There's a good throw. What is this? 3rd and 1. 78.
78's Grant.
Yeah. Kenny makes a play here.
Yeah, he did.
So we're slanting over here, but we got nothing back over here. I don't know if this is how Wink wants to do it. We're slanting to our left. So these guys are all slanting, but there's nothing here. Luckily, he makes a play. You see, Moore's going underneath the tackle, but we got nothing here if the kid decides to bounce it out. But Kenny makes a play. I mean, that's the design of the defense. He's slanting to his left. They didn't block him. That's what Coach Mo would have said, make a play within the framework of the defense. You know what I mean? Because he's going to slant here to his left. Let's find Kenny here. He's right here. He's slanting this way. He beats the guy. That's making a play within the framework of the defense of what Coach Mo would say. He's not freelancing. Anyway, we get him stopped, kicking a field goal. All right, gets 3. 1st and 10, end of the quarter. See, this should be a dead play. It's inside run, but he still gets you 3 yards. I mean, this kid is hitting him at the line of scrimmage. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. He's dragging dudes. He still gets us third. Now we're 2nd and 7, man. I'll take that. That's okay. Oh, I don't like this call, Denny. I just, as a football player, as a defensive football player, these things happen so fast. You don't always know, the guy, the running back puts his head down at the last second. I know I know, we're Michigan and all, and, we don't want to hit the helmet, but tackling a running back and it happens fast. So I don't like those calls. I don't like them calls against the defensive player when the quarterback slides at the last second. I've covered that. I hate that.
Well, they need to adjust the rules, what they need to do.
That's terrible. These quarterbacks are protected. They slide at the very, very last second to try to get as much yardage as possible. And then they get hit and they want protection.
Well, sometimes they need protection, and that's when you throw them out of the game, and that's when you suspend them for half the other game. A lot of these are ones that it's hard to stop, and you don't need to be throwing somebody out of the game. I don't even think it should be a 15-yard penalty. It should be a 5-yard penalty, 10-yard penalty, but don't kick them out of the game.
Anyway, 3rd and 3, and here's our quarterback again, throwing against the body, but just be smart. And I gotta believe, Danny. Davis Warren coming into this game against Oregon. He's gonna be a confident kid, man. He should be confident. Game 5 starting. All right, we've ran this play like at least 4 times. Okay, down and distant. That's when you want to run it. 1st down. You want to run this play on 1st down. And, they're in a little bit of a pass coverage, but this kid, I don't know if he was in the play, it's point of the side of attack when they ran it before, but we ran the same play, and Donovan gets, Denny, we talked about this a couple years ago. You want it, the tell for a defense is if the back gets depth, because that doesn't look like he's going to run the football. So obviously our coaches are smart. Donovan gets the ball, and he's coming upfield like he's running the football. If he gets depth, it'll be a tell, and the coverage will see it real quick. And the linemen are both out here, down blocking, and the tackle's pulling. He's pulling, you're looking for the height of the high hat, his pass, low hat, run. So these guys are run blocking. We got a good low run block by the tight end here. We got tackle pulling, low hat like he's pulling, he's going to kick out. And Donovan gets upfield, and then at the last second, he grabs the ball and throws it. And this kid is fooled, man. We got this guy fooled. He's seeing things, and too late, gone. Give our coaches credit. You got to make people pay for overcommitting to stop our run game. They don't respect our receivers. They don't respect what we're doing. You got to have it in, man. And our players execute it perfectly. Good job. 2-point conversion. I'm gonna give Campbell some love, man. People want to beat up Campbell. It's amazing how great the offensive coordinator is when we don't turn the damn ball over. Isn't it funny how great he is? We haven't turned the ball over, but this is a good scheme here. 2-point conversion. He knew what coverage they would be in. They get him and they're in a zone coverage, and this is a perfect play against zone coverage because we got an extra guy in that hole there, right there. So this is a great design, good throw. So let's give him some love. Now we got a good lead, but ain't nothing safe against this quarterback, man. All right. Number one, this kid's a damn good football player. He's a tough, good football player. The kid we got from Maryland, Barham.
Yeah.
We got to feel this. There's more screen to the weak side. What's our coverage here? It looks like a type of zone. Yeah, we're in a zone coverage, and I'm not sure the flat player's got to feel that, but more zone to the weak side of Michigan's defense. Number 20 here, he does a great job anticipating this. We're in zone coverage, 2nd and 10. Nice to see him pick it off. But you can do this. These guys know they have help over the top, Danny. We're in zone coverage. You can't do this in man. You can do because you don't care in zone. You got help over the top. Good job by number 20 there. Hill, right?
Yeah, Jair. Shug
Hill
in
the house, making it happen. Good break. No penalty. Let's get a tip. That's what we got to do against Oregon. Tip it up. Someone get it. I thought this was our worst play on defense all game. It pissed me off. It's 3rd and 10. Yeah. And we're screwing around. We're trying to get cute. We're doing some BS here. Who's rushing, who's dropping. So let's take a look. So it's 3rd and 10. It's a pass situation. Ball's over there, 37-yard, whatever. So we end up before the ball is snapped, with a whole bunch of dudes over here on this side of the ball. We got 4 guys over here and nothing here. And then we're running. Let's take a look. Again, we're running. Is Mason Graham supposed to be responsible for this gap? Is this the way they're coaching it? See where Mason Graham is, Denny? See, they're running something here, and he's coming underneath. But is he just not – he's not getting there. He doesn't get there. He doesn't get there in time.
That's a long way to go.
Well, I know. But listen, give their coaches credit. They saw what front we're in. They audibilized to it. But he doesn't get there.
Houseman's got to get that off that block.
Well, Danny, that's tough, man. He's sitting out here. He's out here playing pass. It's 3rd and 10, and then on the snap of the ball, okay, he's reading them. Let's see.
A 300-pounder coming
at him.
Let's
take a look. So he's reading the mesh point. Is it run? Is it pass? It's 3rd and 10. Now he's got a big 300-pounder on him. What do you want him to do with that guy?
Peel off.
He's got to be out. He should have been in his gap, though. I don't know how they're coaching. He should have been left shoulder, I think, though. Unless, maybe he's anticipating that Mason Graham is supposed to be inside. I'm not sure how, but why is he left shoulder? Why is he's right shoulder? He lets the ball outside there. Why is he not left shoulder? You follow me? Left shoulder here?
Yeah.
He should be left shoulder, make the ball come back here. Maybe Mason Graham would make the play. He may have made, again, that's why you always got to know where your help is. He's got to kick the ball back here. All the little things, Denny. How you taking on a block? More freelance. Is this freelance? Here's 91. Brandt getting clock. 34 is who, Danny? Hood?
Hood.
Does he have a nickname?
Jay, I don't know.
Anyway, he's got to make a play here. Got to make a play, Hood.
Pop the hood.
Yeah, that's too much. But they're playing. They are definitely playing. One thing I totally agree with, they're playing guys. We got 5 up. What's it down in distance? 3rd and 12. We're running a stunt, and he just doesn't get there. You know, the kid's a good player, man. Marsh is good. He's an athlete, highly recruited out of River Rouge. You know, I like this stunt. If he just gets his hand up, maybe we can block that thing down. But the quarterback makes a hell of a play. Their quarterback did some good things, man. So, you know, this is why this game is important, Danny. This kid's from River Rouge. Okay, that's in the state of Michigan. We don't want guys considering Michigan State. We want them going to Michigan.
Oh, he's a good one. He looks good.
Anyway, we hold them off. And let's look at the end of the game. I don't want to look at all this BS. I'm going to tell you how things normally go. Okay.
All right, let's hear it. I want to hear what you have to say here. How much time?
Here we are now. Normally, the way it should be, if I'm on either, you know, defensive players are just going to kind of titty bump, right? They're in this formation. There's no reason they're going to run a football play. They're not down in the stance trying to run. You know, they're in this deal here. Now, I get it. Maybe somebody might do some crazy stuff, but it's never happened. Dan Marino did it at the end of the half. Remember where he was faking like he was, but that was in the end of the first half.
Well, in Michigan State's defense, they won a game against Michigan, 9 years ago or 10 years ago. A snap. I know it's different.
Totally different situation, man. There was time on the clock. They're rushing a punt. Apples and oranges. Okay, so normally
I don't have a problem with them rushing in a one-score game, even with no time at the end.
So you don't have a problem with these guys teeing off on the offensive players? Yes or no? Do you think it's ethical for these guys to get in a 3-point stance? How about if these dudes on defense are in the 3-point stance and they're blowing out the kneecaps of the offensive players? Is that acceptable?
Well, I wouldn't want to see them.
Yes or no? Is it acceptable?
Not to blow out the kneecaps, no.
Okay, how about a punch to the face? Is that acceptable?
No, that's suspension worthy. A punch to the face.
Well, they don't do it. Look what he does. He starts everything. This dude right here and this shit. Again, Danny, normally there's a protocol. It's like we're just going to step back and kind of pass pro.
Yeah, but that protocol's out the window. But so they're going to rush.
Why throw the? Okay, well look what the defensive players from Michigan State do up here.
All right.
Okay, they're kind of like just chilling. Look at the guys at the top.
All right.
Okay, they're just kind of titty bumping, right? Aren't they titty bumping? Look at the guys at the top. Okay, they're just titty bumping. This is what damn near every football game I've ever coached and played in. This is the technique. See why these guys are titty bumping right here? They're not even engaging Michigan's offensive players. They're not even engaging them.
Yeah, I don't see any problem with what an 8 does here so far. Coming off the line and shoving.
You don't see a problem with these two guys down here?
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't see a problem. Okay, if you're going to play it like a defensive football play and engage and punch and put your helmet under his helmet and get after the guy, you know what? I can kind of almost accept some of the things you're saying. Okay. Yeah. Okay, but guess what's going to happen if and I'm going to get into this play. I'm going to talk about this. What I would do if I'm playing against this football team in the future. Because I'm going to remember everything as a coach. So Let's watch this kid real slow. Okay, because that right hand comes to the face of Loveland. It comes to the face. Watch his right hand. Punch and extend. You see it right there?
Yeah.
Okay, is that, in your opinion, is that okay?
No, that's a penalty. That's unsportsmanlike.
You ain't calling no damn penalty there.
It's a penalty. You put your hands to the face. So that's a penalty. That's what it looks like.
So you believe that it's okay to come off the ball and fire off the ball into the defender, which I understand your argument there, but you have a problem with the hand to the face.
I do have a problem with the hands to the face. Uncalled for.
Okay, so that should have been you could make the argument that could have been a penalty, but it's really a cheap move at the end of the game, Denny. It's a cheap.
I'll give you a little bit. It's on the cheap side. Yeah, I mean, I get that.
So it is a cheap, rotten move by a Michigan State guy. Okay, now Loveland's pissed off because he just had a guy punch and throw a hand in his face.
Understandable. Yep, understandable.
So Loveland responds.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's where we go, and that's how this thing goes off. Now,
he leans in. Now, yeah, right. So
but the Michigan State guy, see, these dudes over here are chilling. They're almost getting ready to shake hands.
Yeah.
And end this thing like normal people do. Okay, but no, not this guy. This guy ain't doing it. So then we know what happened. So here's what
he was looking for a fight, and Loveland obliged.
Okay, so let me tell you something old Scar would do if I was coaching again, and I'm going against this team. I'm going to tell you what I would do. I would come out with double tight, double wing. Okay, I'm not going to have this formation. Forget this formation against these guys. Forget it. We're going to have a guy right here, and we're just like we do short yardage. And I'll have maybe I'll have this guy right here. But we're going to fire off the ball. We're going to wedge block. We're just going to wedge block everybody. We're going to come off the ball, and we're going to chop down in there, and we are going to protect ourselves. Because we ain't having this happen. Those are things I would think about doing if I'm playing these guys, and this is the kind of BS they do. I'm just telling you as a coach, Denny, I don't forget things, man. Coaches don't forget what guys do.
Well, here's my thought. Like, okay, I've seen a lot. I'm watching the NFL yesterday. There might have been 10 times I saw guys pushing and shoving there, but you can't throw punches. And, what they need to do is find these guys and then suspend them if they throw punches. That's what needs to happen.
Well, listen, what this kid does here for Michigan State, it's no different than many penalties. We had Pierce had a penalty last week. Mason Graham had a penalty, hand to the face mask. Look at it, hand to the face mask, extended.
Hands to the face, that's a penalty.
Yeah, so those are penalties that they happen all the time. But there's no reason for it at this point in the game.
I agree with that. There's no reason for it. You're upset. It's a rivalry game. Everybody's hot. These guys are hot.
I know, but
we're losers, So yeah, I mean, I get that. I would say that it is on the sore loser side. I mean, it's not.
These other guys are all chilling. Everybody else over here is chilling. They realize the game's over. This is what people do. They're taking a knee, but not this kid.
No.
Okay.
He's a sore loser.
What ends up happening is what I'm going to do is I would maybe have a conversation with the coach before we play him next year. And say, Coach, I'm going to tell you right now, listen, if you guys are beating us, my guys are not going to do what this kid did. And then I want to hear his response. Okay? Because if he's telling me that he can't guarantee you that this won't happen again, then we're getting down in the 3-point stance and we're coming off the ball. We're going to protect ourselves.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair conversation to have.
Anyway, I guarantee you I ain't letting my guys get lit up like this.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that, Danny. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, well, for me, I have, I see a lot of that. Yeah, it's bad sportsmanship. It's a foul. That guy's a sore loser. But it's not like some heinous crime. And Loveland, on the other side, that wasn't a headbutt. He just put his head up in there. Was it close to being that? I mean, you could make an argument that, yeah, it was close to that, but it wasn't. So then you go to after that, any kind of punching, or then the problem was Khalil Mullings was in the middle of something and there were people on the ground and you can't really tell what's going on, but a lot of State fans saying it looks like there was a stomp. I don't know what I can't tell that. I tried to look. I know people that's what it looks like. I don't know. Okay. That's what it looks like. You need you need more collaboration. You need another, what I would say is that if they said it was a Michigan State staffer, if after the game you got a picture of a Michigan State staffer with a cut down their face and you say, well, that's what happened when they were on the ground, well, then I think they've got some kind of case. But I haven't seen anything where the staffer was injured or anything, so we don't really know what happened down there. So you can't really jump to conclusions. State 2 years ago, people want to conflate these two things, with the tunnel and everything. The difference there is that you have a video and, you see a swinging helmet and you see a clear stomp. when it was going on there. I can't say to me that it looks like a clear stop from Khalil Mullings. I think that other stuff, that kind of stuff, you don't like to see that happen, but it happens all the time. And you can almost understand that kind of stuff. It's interesting. I think having that conversation, like you said, with Smith and Moore, like, look, if, we don't want anything like this to happen, we're going to tell our guys, hey, if it's over, it's over kind of thing. I think that's a smart move.
Yeah, those are things you talk about at your league meetings also. How are we going to deal with this? Are we going to talk to our guys about, end of the game, taking a knee? What are we going to do? So if I got one guy that isn't buying in, then I'm going to be prepared when I play him. You know what I mean? If I got one guy that, that's not his deal, then we're coming off the ball, man.
All right, Scar, this is what a lot of people wanted to weigh in on. Let's take just a couple minutes and see what the people have to say about what transpired at the end. Adam likes you. OT is saying that I've never played the game. Mark is saying last minute, no rules, only responsible sportsmanship, not necessary. I agree with that. Andre says unacceptable. Adam says you're being funny today. Hilarious today, Scar. Were you trying to come in with being funny?
No, I'm just me, man. I'm fired up, man. Adam, Michigan won. We beat our rival. Ain't never easy to beat them. But these are things you talk about. I had a guy I played every year. He did this one technique that was, I thought, real rotten. It was could get guys hurt, and I had a different attitude about dealing with that guy, that coach. So coaches will talk; they'll get it figured out, man. You can't have that kind of stuff. What are you going to do? You expect Loveland to just let a guy put the hand to the face? Yeah, hey, Aaron likes the shirt, man. I'm rocking the Lions gear, Denny.
Oh, is that what that is?
Well, we got the coach, man. We got the system. Anyway, that's my take on that end of the game stuff. And
I'd like to say this to Flint Truth. He's saying that I'm being a troll. I understand that people that are gigantic Michigan fans that have spent their life either on sports talk radio or on the internet would say that. I don't have an agenda to troll, certainly Michigan fans or Michigan State fans. That's not my thing. I look at what is being presented, and I just give you an honest answer. If you didn't like it and you want to say I never played the game, I don't have any problem with that. I understand where you're coming from, but I'm not looking to troll anyone or jerk anyone's chain or, trying to be an a-hole just to be one. I do realize that 90% of the people that are involved in things like this, that's exactly what they do. And you're a fan and you see it from one side. That's how it always goes. And most of the media, they're fans just like you. So they're doing the same thing. But I'm going to continue to look at things and just give you my opinion. And if you don't like it, and I understand, you can call me names and you can go find someone that's going to call them Sparty and go with them. So that's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to continue to do it.
Yeah, so. You know what's interesting about this play? I'd like to know as a coach, has there been any conflicts with that type of end of the game, take a knee stuff? Because everybody does it. I wonder if this is the first time, because you would, if it's a problem, then maybe you can't get away with it. You gotta just you got to get down in 3-point stances and, like I say, come off the ball. So
I do tell you, I do know this. It is a matchstick from watching. I don't know about college football. There have been plenty of instances in pro football. Like you just line up and the guy snap. You see it 100 times. 99% of the time, 99 out of 100 times, the game's over and everybody understands that. But there does come down where teams are pissed, and it's usually like the Steelers and Ravens. It's usually like a rivalry game. So yeah, I mean, you do kind of understand that part. But I think people were looking like that. It was clear, like everything was on Michigan State. Michigan has done nothing. There wasn't enough there. It was a rivalry. It was heated. There's no trolling on either side here. The guy from State shouldn't have fired off. Loveland, putting his head in there. I don't know, a little pushing and shoving. that's fine. But you know what? Sharon Moore said he addressed it and it's not going to happen anymore. What would you have said if you were Sharon Moore? Would you just said, hey, I'm going to take care of this. We'll do it differently. We're not going to have this. Or, yeah, go ahead. Let's do it like Mark and Flint wants to. Should we have taken some helmets off?
Danny, I told you what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a talk with people in the league. We have our meeting, and we're going to look at that play, and we're going to say, what are we going to do, coaches? So yes, I would definitely address with my team to protect, but I'm not going to do anything different than what Michigan did, other than you expect the guy to take a cheap shot, a punch to the throat, So I would definitely tell my defense though that we are not going to do what they did. Okay, we're not going to do that.
I like that.
So I would definitely tell my defense.
I mean, if you're feeling like a player. That was
some guy. Listen, that's what I mean. You hope no one's coming off the ball and chopping your knees out as a defensive player. But what's interesting about that play. It almost needs to be discussed and analyzed for college and pro coaches. Like, what is the etiquette here? What are we going to do?
I agree with you there. If I was going to do sometimes people don't like the extra measures, like with what was going on in the tunnel. They're like, they've been going in and out of that tunnel for 100 years.
Comparing the punt block.
I'm going to compare
the punt block and the tunnel are two different things.
Oscar, I'm going to compare it like this. So if you just allow me, there was 100 years and there was never anything there, and they took some steps to modernize it or whatever. So there wouldn't be anything like that. Should there be a situation where you have to wait because you had a staffer from MSU that was out there in the field and other Michigan State personnel should you wait until you have any of the staff and everybody's pouring out of the field? Because if it was just Loveland and the 11 players that were out there and they just sorted that out, let the players sort it out, not a staff around the ground where it looks like Mullins. I don't know what Mullins was doing there, but maybe they need to look at controlling who's out on the field until the official gives the okay. You want to let everybody out here now, and we can all mix up, and you can, dap your friends up, and everybody can say, congratulations, and then you can walk off the field and everything else. Maybe they should wait there, because I would say with this situation, with the millions of times that I've seen teams have these where they're pushing and shoving at the end, they take care of it because they know they can't swing. They know that they can't headbutt. And then, you do the pushing and shoving, and then it's over. So maybe they should wait until, they go to the official, and then the official can say, all right, let's go. And then you don't have staffers on the ground, and you don't have coaches out there on the field and all that kind of stuff.
All hell breaks loose when guys start swinging, Denny. Well, when I was coaching, I had a whole post-game procedure. Everybody had a spot. All my assistants, all my coaches, the handshake line in certain places that we played was one of my biggest fears at the end of the game. So everybody had had a spot, had a job. So we had the parking lot covered. We had handshake guys dispersed, spread out. So you're able to jump in if something jumps off. So that stuff was I never just winged it in that situation. But I understand the point you're making.
Yeah, I think, Andres was talking, is it more hostile now in college football? It is because of the fans are more hot. The fans that live online are hostile. There's animosity. There's trolling. There's not respect. It's nothing but, trash. It's almost all trash. And it's, it's toxic is what it is. If you don't want to say it's trolling, a lot of people say it's fun, hey, Sparty, hey, you guys are a bunch of cheaters. They say that's part of the rivalry. That's fun. The hatred. People say that. The hatred. I mean, Harbaugh was taken aback last year because he wasn't able to be at the one game, I think it was for Ohio State, and he had to sit back, and he came in and he was like the beginning of that, of the game, the pregame, it was like hatred, bitter hatred on each side. And when you're a player, you're a competitor. Yeah, you say I hate the team or whatever else, but you also have a level of respect for them. I don't see many fans that have much respect at all online. It's the same thing on sports talk radio, but that's what sells on sports talk radio. People really don't want to talk about the game. They want to talk about the hatred, where you went to school, and if they can go one up on you. And it's the same thing on the internet. And that toxic area spills over to some of the players, and that could have an effect. I would say.
I think that there's some sensible voices out there, because if I was coaching defense, or if I was the head coach of Michigan, and my guy did that, threw that punch to at the end of the game like their guy did, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a problem, because I'm going to address it with him, and I'm going to address it with my team. So. Yeah, this is a hated rivalry, man. It is what it is, but it was pretty damn clean out there. It was a good game, and
right, it was right up until that point. It really was. There was guys helping each other up. I saw that. Well, here's what Mark's saying, and I'll say you're an announcer here, Scars. You said when announcers say, yeah, the hatred and everything and the toxic stuff, I understand it, but it is a big part of it. The announcers hate each other. I've said it. You have Michigan and Ann Arbor, and you walk through the tailgates beforehand, and it's such an amazing scene. It's all maize and blue with Michigan State. I mean, that's half, and everybody's getting along great. And you'd say, where are all these a-holes? Where are all these jerks online telling everybody how much they hate? Because everybody's getting along so great. So you just got to remember, it's just where you stay and where you hang out. If you're always hanging out on crazy podcasts and nutcase jobs on Twitter, or listening to Valente, you're going to be an a-hole, and it's entertaining for people. They like that kind of stuff. So.
Hey, man, come over here. You get some wisdom. You get a balanced approach from guys who played and coached, and yeah. Listen, I've coached in games, and Bo covered that. He knew what that game meant and what we were getting up there, but he always talked about composure. So you always got to reemphasize composure as a coach with these kind of games, because you're going to get the mouth. You might get a little cheap shot here and there, but. Listen, man, it's a big win, and again, you hate to take away from a great victory, but the more and more I'm thinking about Davis Warren, Denny, we might be he's going to be a confident kid, man. So he's got to play like a guy who's a starter, and he don't be looking back, man, because I don't think they're looking back now after that game.
Scott, I got to say, you did a good job there of describing what happened at the end and how tempers could flare up. 99 of 100 times when the game's over like that, dudes are just snapping the ball and shaking each other's hands. They're not firing off the ball, and they're not putting their hands up in somebody's face. That is asking for it. That's asking.
Yeah, I've been there as a player and coach, Denny. So they initiated it, man. Coach it up, Coach Smith. Talk to your boy. And otherwise, we're coming off the ball. Let's end on that. Go Blue. Let's go get the Ducks.
All right. Thanks, Scar.
All right, Danny. Go Blue.